Hello everybody, today we're going to be comparing new Sony Prs-950 with Amazon Kindle and Barnes & Noble Nook. We're going to go to their respective bookstores and just get a free sample. There is one interesting detail for Sony Reader Store. If you enter it using Wi-Fi, you are offered an option to get Google Books, as I have here. If you would have entered it using 3G, you would not have that option. I would just pick a book on Google. It's free, so I can download it. I also noticed that for unknown reason, the touch screen that works flawlessly for reading, it really takes several clicks sometimes for browsing or on the store. Now for Kindle, we'll pick a category to get the sample from. And see if we can get that sample. We also do exact same thing for Barnes & Noble. And see if we can get a sample of a book there. Right there, our sample is downloaded, and we can go to the home screen, and it would be right on top, right here. If we go to home screen for the Sony, our Google Book is just downloaded too, and we can open it up and read. And our book offers us free sample on Nook. We can do that and get it too. We just need to press extra time to confirm that we would like to download the sample, and it would go on and download the sample for us, which would place on the my library, and it should appear right about on top right here, and we can open it up and look through it and decide if we want to purchase that book or not. We need to comment the main difference for these devices as far as reading is, of course, screen. You can notice that Amazon Kindle and Sony seem to be slightly darker. It's because they say they have a pearl screen, which provides up to 50% more contrast, and that makes it they're blacker, and that makes them a bit better looking. Also, the difference is that in this generation, Sony introduced a new way for touchscreen without any film. It just uses infrared sensors. The size of the screen is also different. In ours, Kindle and Nook, it's 6-inch, and Sony has 7-inch screen. Sony only lets people go browse online using Wi-Fi connection, while Kindle lets you use 3G. This Nook has only Wi-Fi, so it's using that Wi-Fi connection right now. I chose to go to Wikipedia as the internet page because it shows another difference between the browsers on those devices, and that is how they support Unicode fonts and characters. And on Wikipedia we can see better because they have links in many different languages. See my bookmarks, that's my Wikipedia bookmark. It's gonna load for me in a moment, and I'll go for bookmarks on Sony and also pick Wikipedia, and I will do exactly the same here and ask it to load Wikipedia for me. Now immediately after the page is loaded on Sony, you can see there's quite a few squares on it, and that are the characters that it cannot show because it does not have Unicode support for its browser. Where if we look on the Nook rather and Kindle, we've also noticed that in Nook the lower screen has color, and we use that to navigate our page, and when we get to the menu where different languages are, we'll see that it also has a few squared words, and that also means that Nook does not have all the characters for different languages. On Kindle though, if we scroll a bit where all the languages are, we'll see that there's pretty much no language that does have a square instead of it in there, which makes Kindle much more convenient for people who need to read in many languages, because it has natively more support for it. Next feature for browser that makes them different, Kindle has ability to change orientation for your web page, where neither Sony nor Nook can do that. And the other difference would make Sony much more convenient to read sometimes, because Sony has ability to change the font and reflow the text for you. On Kindle and on Nook and on Sony, you also have ability to zoom. Right there, zoom in the web page, which is enlarging the web page, and that would make it immediately scrollable up and down and left to right, which is the same for Nook. We control every function of browsing on this little touch screen, and we can also zoom in there, and that makes it bigger, and we can control them by just moving on our little screen. This rectangle shows us where we are. Another important thing about web browsing is that if we go on some web page and find an interesting free book that is in format of our reader, neither Sony nor Nook would let us download it. Let me give you an example. I would go to the simple test page that I made, where I put files of different formats. And only Kindle would let me actually download a file for me to read later. For example, if I click EPUB file for Sony, it gives me an error because it cannot download the file. It says file is not supported because browser cannot open that file. It would though open the text file in the browser. The problem with that is that, for example, this file has Unicode text in it, and Sony browser does not support that, so it would not, I would not be able to read it. Same applies for the Barnes & Noble. If I pick its format that it can read, its browser cannot. It says download is not supported. But if I pick the text file, it would be able to open it in the screen, as you can see. But of course, since it's Unicode file, it would not be able to display it properly for me. Now in the Kindle, on the other hand, I can go on and download its native movie file, which is exactly the same as those two, and it would give me a choice to download it, and it would download it for me. And if I go to my home screen, it's right there, it's test, and I can open it up, and you could see that it would be able easily to show proper letters for it. That means that Kindle Unicode support provides ability to do that for you. It is, I hope it would help your choice in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day.